Very good evening, welcome to Plymouth Gladiators TV. I'm Nigel Walrond, your presenter and commentator for this evening for this vital Cab Direct Championship clash between the Gladiators and the Edinburgh Monarchs. We're right towards the end of the season, but there's still a huge battle going on for that sixth and final playoff place in the Championship. Berwick and Birmingham in the hunt, also Edinburgh and Plymouth. Unbelievably, Plymouth have not won in almost 4 months to the day, but they're still very much in it. They're bottom of the table on 2 points, but they're within 5 points of Edinburgh, and they've still got 5 matches to race, so it's still very much all to play for, and it makes this meeting tonight absolutely crucial. We've had a bit of drizzle here today, but the track covers have been on, the surface is looking absolutely perfect, so all set for a cracking evening of racing. Both sides have been hit by injuries in recent weeks. The Gladiators bring in a couple of guests tonight in Carl Newman and Max Perry, and Edinburgh themselves have also got their issues, and they brought in a powerhouse number 1 in Erik RISS from Red Car Bears and Luke Killeen at number 7 in place of Dalewood. But all set for a wonderful evening of entertainment.
Thanks very much, Nigel. We've gone straight to the home pits and we have got James Pearson with us. Exciting Australian reserve for the Gladiators. James, great to have you here again. And you enjoying the sort of early stages of your career at the Gladiators?
Yeah, it's going good, to be honest, except the falling off bit. You know, had a couple tough meetings, 2 meetings, you know, getting dive-bombed and stuff like that. But yeah, getting some alright points, and hopefully I can continue it.
Yeah, last time here, of course, last week, you're still scoring the points, but you're going about it in a difficult way. You're having a lot of trials and tribulations throughout the evening, but I guess it's a tricky circuit to try and learn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty tricky when experienced riders, you know, they're a bit faster than you, but they try and dive bomb you and they clip your wheel. So yeah, it's not really fun. Bit still bruised, but we'll go on to today and have some fun.
Yeah, it's good that you're here, and I know that a lot of people see that, well, at the beginning of the season, the Gladiators really needed a bit of power in the reserve, and I feel like you're the man who's come along and done that. I don't know if you're feeling the pressure or feeling that a little bit, but straight away you seem to be scoring points. Thanks
for that, but yeah, no, I just come here, have some fun, enjoy it. It's my dream to ride Speedway as a professional, so every time on the bike I enjoy it. Obviously I want to win, and that's my job to do, and yeah, just the most important thing is just have some fun, and then everything else comes with it. Yeah, great stuff. And bit of trouble getting here, we understand today. What was the story there? The plan was to fly yesterday, go into Manchester, get my mechanic to pick me up, stay there, and then drive home today. But because of air traffic control or whatever happened there yesterday, heaps of flights got cancelled. So mine got cancelled, and had to get a flight 5 o'clock in the morning to get here for 7, drive 2 hours in a taxi, go to Birmingham, then drive all the way back down here. So yeah, it's been a long day so far, but should be right. Yeah, well, let's make sure it's worth your while. But I guess that's what happens with Speedway, isn't it? Speedway riders, you're jet setters, and you're always running the risk of getting lost somewhere along the line. Your captain, that's what your captain does for you, sticks his finger in your ear. He loves me.
It's an interesting one, as we've got him actually. We've got a couple of experienced riders who are experienced of riding in England. Have you found that you've picked up a lot of tips as you've been riding alongside the likes of Kyle and others, and Ben as well? Yeah, well, Richie's helped me a lot so far, you know, with the setups and how to start here. You know, he's taught me some stuff that I actually really didn't know before. I'm only new to the 500, so it's good to have some experienced riders like Ben and Kye and Richie to help us out. You know, they are the team leaders, so they need to help us reserves out, tell us what we're doing wrong, and yeah, it's good. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, it's great. Well, good luck tonight, James. Hopefully it's a lot more straightforward than last week, but keep banging those points in.
Thank you very much.
So we've come over to the visitor pits. We've got the team manager, Gordon Campbell, with us, and yeah, it's been an up and down season, but a tough August as well, just for the club and for the riders as well.
Yeah, it's been a challenge this season. It's been a wee bit up and down, but we've always believed the team has the ability. It's just putting that onto the track, which hopefully we'll do tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting fight, because obviously the Monarchs have had an up and down sort of season, and the Gladiators have had an awful lot of up and downs as well. And yeah, how do you think that's going to sort of pan out as the evening goes on?
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge tonight, because both teams are really right in the playoff hunt. So if it goes either team's way tonight and in the return leg at Armadale, then that'll really boost whoever gets the advantage over this tie. So it, as you say, Plymouth have had their challenges as well with injuries and so on, as we have. So it'll be an interesting one tonight.
Certainly will, and you've got some key riders, of course, in your team. Obviously, Josh Pickering, a great rider, real experience, and he comes as a bit of a powerhouse. But obviously, the circuit here is very different. So I don't know if you've talked as a team about that and how they adapt the setups for this particular circuit.
Yeah, well, all the guys have had a go around here before, so they know what they're coming to. As you say, Josh, he'll be up on the outside for sure. That's what that he does best. But yeah, we'll be talking as a team when we get on track walk to look at the conditions tonight. They've done a good job. The showers were around this afternoon. They had the covers down, so it's looking might be a wee bit slicker than other times. But we'll look at that and we'll get the boys dialed in.
Great stuff. And for Edinburgh itself, obviously, real problems with Armadale last season. How are things now looking for the future?
Yeah, so we're in talks at the moment just to nail down the position, but we're always optimistic. We've kind of existed a wee bit year to year in recent times anyway, so the situation isn't markedly different from the past, but hopefully we'll have some good news in the near future.
That's really good news. Well, great to have you here, Gordon, and great to have your team here as well. I hope the night goes well. I hope you enjoy your evening in Devon. And yeah, let's hope that rain stays away, and good luck for the rest of the season as well.
Thank you. Let's have a great night. Thank you.
Let's have a look at this evening's lineups. So the Plymouth Gladiators tonight, led as always by skipper Kyle Howarth at number 1. Number 2, Carl Newman coming in as a guest for the injured Dan Thompson, obviously a pool pirate. Rider replacement is at number 3 for the injured Ben Barker. Max Perry, a Leicester Cub rider, he comes in at number 4 as a guest. Richie WORRALL, who's been a very busy boy along with Howarth in recent days, is at number 5. And the reserves, James Pearson, who's really hit the ground running since joining the Gladiators, at 6, and Ben Trigger at 7. Garry May is the team manager. Edinburgh Monarchs, well, they're without Craig Cook at number 1, but they brought in a powerhouse guest in Erik RISS, who scored paid 15 for Red Car Bears here a couple of weeks ago. So he'll be hoping for a similar haul of points tonight. Number 2, a recent addition back into their squad, is Max Clegg. Number 3 is Kye THOMSON. Number 4, the colourful Italian Paco CASTAGNA. Number 5, all-action skipper Josh Pickering. Number 6, Dale Wood is missing, so they brought in a guest, Luke Killeen, who's just been released by the Oxford Cheetahs and has gone well around the Coliseum before. Number 7 is their Danish youngster Bastian BORKE, and their team manager tonight is Gordon Campbell. Now let's cross over to Gareth in the pits for some rider interviews.
Gary's already at the programme, already tinkering with the programme, Gary, it looks like. Changes already?
Got to fill them all in. No, race new. But yeah,
our commentator said earlier, if you come into the Coliseum tonight, bring a pen, or bring 2 pens.
2 pens, yeah, that's what you normally with me, yeah. Yeah, but no, it'll be all right. They got obviously one change as well, but yeah, we're just writing in the programme so I know what's what.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unknown, really, given the fact that both the teams aren't really there, at full strength.
Yeah, well, I think Edinburgh are a little bit stronger because, they got a guest in for Cookie, and they now Erik RISS and that, and they brought that young Aussie in Killeen, in place of that, their National League rider, what I mean? So, they got Paco back, so only lights around here, so I think I'm up against it tonight. But this is the best I could get, when the riders ring you up or send you texts on Monday morning and say, I haven't got no van, and then text me and say, sorry Gary, I can't make Tuesday. You're sitting at the breakfast bar thinking, what am I going to do now? So I said to the missus, let's go out and have a Costa. So we went out for 2 hours, then come back, and this is all I could get, and that's it. Yeah. So it's the way Speedway is at the moment. It's lack of riders, everyone's riding everywhere. And I can understand it, a rider sits in a van for 4 hours, gets out, rides, and then he's got to go home and wash his bikes and everything, it takes its toll on them, and they don't want the guest bookings or nothing, you know what I mean, but it's what it is, and you just got to get on with it.
Yeah, well, let's hope for a good night's racing. I mean, last week we felt a little bit the same, but the racing was fantastic, and we know Carl Newman goes well, and obviously Max Perry is a young lad who's making waves in the sport in the National League. It's a big old step for him, though, I'd imagine.
Yeah, a big step. He come in and helped us out. He's one of them riders that you ring up and say, yeah, I'm coming. Straight away, so you haven't got to worry about it. He's going to say yeah. We took him to Oxford, and he was on the pace. It's just the first 3 metres went out of the gate, he loses, and then he stays with them. Yeah. So, he's got to come along. You've got to give these boys a chance, and otherwise they just go away from the sport and you won't have no riders, you know what I mean? So, we give them another chance tonight, and that's it.
Great stuff. Well, thanks, Gary. Thanks for your thoughts. It's really interesting. Welcome back to the Coliseum. Turning out for the Gladiators this evening. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, definitely. just had a motor rebuilt, so good opportunity to sort of give that a run and see how that goes. So done enough laps around here in the past, so hopefully I can get it working pretty good and score some points.
When was the call? When did you find out you were riding tonight?
Well, it was potentially going to be last week, but I'd had a crash at Poole and the bike wasn't quite ready. I said to Garry, I said, look, I didn't want to come down like half prepared, so if the availability was for this week, then preferred that. Yeah. So it's kind of been on and off all week. So I think he's been exploring options, but we're here.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll have a good night, and cheers for coming. Richie WORRALL, how's it going? Busy as always?
Non-stop for me, yeah. 2 matches yesterday, 2 good ones, so long drive through the night and here we are.
Wow. Yeah. Are you feeling it at all, or are you buzzing?
Buzzing. No, we're athletes. No, I had a good night's sleep last night, to be honest, and we drove to Exeter. Yeah. Got to Exeter, woke up, cleaned the bikes, and came here. So there's no lack of sleep. Good. Should be sharp and ready to go.
Ideal. Perfect stuff. Good luck tonight. Have a good one.
I think Gordon Campbell said he thought it was a little bit slicker than normal, but there's a little bit of dirt if you're prepared to go out to the fence, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little bit slicker than normal, and I do think that, but I do think it'll create some good racing. So we'll just have to see how it develops, and Mark will water it as and when, and we'll go from there. I just hear they've done the toss, but I'm not sure what they've taken.
They're still deciding, I think, at the moment.
So Edinburgh have decided to take gates 2 and 4 in heat number 1, 2 and 4 in heat number 1.
I think Plymouth on the quiet side be very happy with that.
Yeah, 2 and 4 for Edinburgh. Yeah.
Track parade. We did decide that they wanted to go off 1 and 3, and so we got 1 and 3 and choice in heat 15. So there isn't much of a better scenario for that. So going off column A.
To introduce those Monarchs to you, starting at number 7. I'm going to get this wrong tonight, so I do apologise.
So the Monarchs obviously have had to make a couple of changes. One of those coming in, Luke Killeen, who rather unfortunate in a way to be released by Oxford. Ashton Bowden coming in there, but he's done well around this track before, hasn't he, Ben?
Yes, he has. You know, I remember him coming here with the Chargers last year, and he's done a great job for them. And then when he came back with the Cheetahs, I mean, he was a little bit wild, I must say, but he was very exciting to watch, and I'm sure he'll be putting on a good display tonight.
And Erik RISS for Craig Cook. Craig obviously has been struggling a little bit recently. Erik was here a couple of weeks ago, got paid 15, so that's almost strengthened them up a little bit there, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Wish Craig all the best. I mean, I know, there's a lot of difficult things have happened recently, and hope, our thoughts are with Craig, and hope he can get back on the bike as soon as possible. But yeah, bringing in Eric's great round here, and it's a really big thing for Kyle to make sure he doesn't win heat 1, so it's a big job really to make sure we get off to a winning start.
Obviously a couple of guests in the Gladiator side. Max Perry, one of them, an up-and-coming rider with the Leicester Cubs, and Carl Newman, of course, a former Plymouth rider who knows his way around this track.
Yeah, we've kind of, with the guests, we've gone for really experienced and really inexperienced. So we've got Carl Newman, knows his way around here very well, done several years here. And Max Perry up and coming, and it'll be nice to see what he can do here. And you've got to be looking at all these young riders, because that's where the sport is going to go from now on.
Carl Newman off that inside gate in blue for the Gladiators. Max Clegg in yellow off gate 2 for the Monarchs. It's Carl Howarth, the Gladiators skipper, in red off gate 3, and off gate 4 for the Monarchs is their guest from the Red Car Bears, German Erik RISS. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get underway this time and get this meeting started. Start Marshall walks away from the tapes and we're off. And Erik RISS made a great gate there, got across. Carl Howarth and Carl Newman there. Erik RISS leading away down the back straight. Max Clegg is at the back at the moment, but Carl Newman's got a bit of chasing to do here.
Yeah, Erik made a fantastic start there off at gate 4. Kyle Newman stuck in behind him for second place, and Kyle Howarth is making it a 3-all. The race looks pretty settled here at the moment, but Eric's looking very fast out front. just goes to show when he was here with Redcar, it wasn't a fluke. He does know his way around this circuit.
Yeah, he's picking up where he left off a fortnight ago. After his early season illness problems, he's starting to look more like the Erik RISS of old, and leading the way. A big gap here over Carl Newman. Carl Howarth back in third. Max Clegg at the back. So Erik RISS wins the first race of the meeting for the Edinburgh Monarchs. Carl Newman in second in blue. It's Carl Howarth, red, is third place, and Max Clegg at the back in fourth.
Yeah, just up here from where we're looking, the track really has rode well in Heat 1 with the weather we've had. It's been hard to get moisture in the track, but it has looked to ride really well, and I think it's going to make some really exciting racing later on in the meeting. But like you say, Erik made a flying start there from gate 4.
So confirmation of the final result. Erik RISS the winner off gate 4 in white for the Monarchs. Second is Carl Newman for the Gladiators. Third, Carl Howarth, also for Plymouth. Max Clegg coming in last place. So it's 3-3. Heats draw in Heats 1. Luke Killeen in white off the inside for the Monarchs. In gate 2 in red for the Gladiators, James Pearson, the Australian. Gate 3, Danish youngster Bastian BORKE for the Monarchs in yellow, and in blue, Ben Trigger for the Gladiators off the outside gate. And you would fancy this to be a pretty even Heat 2.
Yeah, I don't see much difference between the reserve because Bastian BORKE's not seen the place. Luke Killeen is okay, you know, is good here, but Trigger's done that many laps here, and James Pearson's looking good here. So, yeah, this could be the difference in the two teams. Could be at reserve if one of these reserves fires well.
Definitely. So under starters' orders, the start marshal again walks away. And good gates there from Ben Trigger and James Pearson. And Pearson takes the lead with Trigger following him around. So excellent gating there from the Plymouth Gladiators. It's Bastian BORKE. And Luke Killeen's just nipped ahead of Bastian BORKE there.
There you go, James Pearson and Ben Trigger making it from gate 2 and 4, which is great. And Ben's just snuck in behind James Pearson here, and there won't be much moving off the inside line for a couple of heats. But you've got Luke Killeen who's really trying to get stuck in. I did say he's a very exciting rider around the Coliseum, and he's definitely giving it a good go, just to see whether he can put pressure on these two in the last lap.
Yeah. 5-1 at the moment for the Gladiators. Ben Trigger did really well to get across on the outside, following James Pearson through on that first bend. And it looks like the Gladiators are going to get the first heat advantage of the night. Pearson in red leading home, Trigger in blue, and then it's Luke Killeen in white and Bastian BORKE on his first outing around the Coliseum coming in last place in yellow.
Yeah, like I say, the Coliseum's a very hard place to come for your first time, but I'm pretty sure he'll go in, make some changes, and he'll learn the circuit. It's an easy circuit to learn, but what a ride from the two boys there to get a 5-1 to put Plymouth 4 points in front.
53.12 the time for James Pearson winning that heat in red. Second in blue for the Gladiators was Ben Trigger. Luke Killeen in third for the Monarchs, and Bastian BORKE bringing up the rear for Edinburgh. So a 5-1 heat advantage to Plymouth, giving the Gladiators an 8-4 lead after 2 races. So very encouraging for the home fans, that one. Max Perry in blue for the Gladiators off gate 1. It's Kye THOMSON, the Australian, off gate 2 in white for Edinburgh. Kyle Howarth, his second outing in 3 races for the Gladiators in gate 3 in red. And it's Paco CASTAGNA, always a colourful addition to any Speedway meeting, in yellow for the Monarchs off gate 4.
Yeah, Paco really likes this place. He really does, and he does go well here.
Obviously rider replacement for this man alongside me, Ben, tonight, but the good news is all the Gladiator riders can cover for that facility. So so there's plenty of options there for Garry May as Heat 3 is about to get underway. Carl Howarth made an excellent gate there, got out ahead of Thompson and Castagna. Castagna chasing him down the back straight, but a much better start there for Carl Howarth, and leads the 4 riders over the start-finish line at the end of lap 1.
Yeah, for sure, Kyle there definitely made a change from the first start he made. He made a great start off of gate 3 second time round, but he's got Paco CASTAGNA really putting pressure on him up the inside. So Kyle's really got to have his wits about him and keep this going. And
yeah, Max Perry just tailing off a little bit at the back at the moment, but Castagna certainly keeping Howarth honest out the front, showing around the outside berth. Howarth had that covered, and coming into the final 2 bends, it looks like it's going to be a second successive heat winner for the Gladiators. It is Carl Howarth in red first, yellow Paco CASTAGNA in second, and it's Kye THOMSON in white third, and Max Perry at the back in 4th place.
I really see this meeting going all the way. You can see how tight it's going to be. Paco was really on Kyle there and really didn't give up, so I can see this meeting going down to the wire.
Well, certainly a lot of the Gladiators meetings have gone down to the wire this season. We have some very close meetings, plenty of entertainment, but Carl Howarth bouncing back from that 3rd place in Heat 1, winning that race in red for the Gladiators. Paco CASTAGNA in 2nd place for the Monarchs, followed home by his teammate Kye THOMSON in white, and Max Perry bringing up the rear in blue. So a 3-3 heat draw, making it 11 to Plymouth, 7 to Edinburgh, and the riders just about to come out for heat number 4. Trigger off gate 1 in blue. It's Bastian BORKE, who was first time out in yellow for the Monarchs of gate 2. Richie WORRALL, who's been a busy boy all around the country over the last few days. He's in red off gate 3. And it's Josh Pickering. It's always a huge entertainer. He was off gate 4 for the Monarchs. This should be a tremendous battle here between certainly Richie WORRALL and Josh Pickering.
Yeah, for sure. Richie will be wanting to make that start, the same as Josh will be wanting to make it off of 4. Gate 4 has been performing, so let's see what happens.
So here we go. That's a good gate for WORRALL. Leading into that first bend, Pickering looking to cut down the inside. Has he done it? He has. He's got underneath Richie WORRALL going into that 3rd bend. And it's Pickering leading the way. A great move there inside Richie WORRALL.
Yeah, Josh Pickering lined him up, coming on, going into the first bend, knew what Richie was going to do. He made a cut back and dived up the inside of it. Richie's putting big pressure on. Richie won't give up. Richie's now going to the outside. I just don't know if it's
Look at this for a battle, fantastic down that back straight. WORRALL looking at the outside, now cutting back on the inside. Can he get underneath him? Pickering just holding tight to that inside line. WORRALL just a half a bike length behind him. So he's going to maybe try one more burst around the outside, but Pickering keeps his wheels in line, crosses the line first. What a fantastic race that was, but Josh Pickering winning it in white from Richie WORRALL in red. Yellow, it was Bastian BORKE and Ben Trigger coming home in 4th place.
I got lost for words in the middle there. I was watching the race that much, I lost what I was saying. It's a great ride for Speedway, but it's just a shame Richie couldn't get the beat in of Josh, but it was a great pass going into bends 3 for the first lap, but Richie didn't give up and really put some pressure on.
So Josh Pickering winning that race in a time of 52.25. Richie WORRALL 2nd for the Gladiators. Bastian BORKE picking up his 1st point for the Monarchs in 3rd, and it's Ben Trigger in last place. So that's a 4-2 to the Monarchs, reducing the deficit to just 2 points now. Plymouth 13, Edinburgh 11, and as Ben said, this is going to be nip and tuck all the way, I think, this evening.
Dusty, and keep it a good race surface for the boys. I mean, it's produced some great racing in the first 4 heats, as you've seen there. How close was that for 4 laps? But I'm pretty sure we'll want to keep that for the 15 heats.
Certainly will. So the tractor just going round, getting the surface in good shape. So I think we're about to cross over to Gareth in the pits. He's just getting ready to speak to someone. But lovely evening here at the Coliseum, sun shining brightly. Let's hand across to Gareth and get some reaction in the pits.
Erik, great first ride. Obviously, Heat 1 is obviously the one that you want to get right, and it looks like exactly what you did.
Yeah, made a good start. Gate 4 worked well, and got over everyone, and then, yeah, cruised around.
cruised around. Yeah, it was. It's difficult to come from gate 4 sometimes, particularly early on. But you seem to know exactly what you wanted to do immediately.
It is very tense on this track because it's so tight. There's a lot of pressure when you're on the outside because, you know, there's not a long run to the first corner, and if someone inside of you just makes a decent start as you do, then they're gonna push you outside. Yeah. So you got to make a better start than everyone else and clamp everyone.
Yeah, exactly what you did. Yeah, and it's a tight track, and obviously yourself being a long track man, and it's a bit different to chase, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say nowadays that, you know, I'm still a long track man. I ride way more speedway nowadays than I do long track, and I've got a little track in my backyard in Germany, which is probably about the same size like Plymouth, so it's kind of helpful.
Ah, you got a secret then.
Yeah.
Well, good luck tonight, Eric. Great to have you here. Yeah, that's how to start a meeting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, I didn't actually know Ben was behind me, and I had to double check, and yeah, it's good we got the 5-1, and now I think we're in the lead. I don't know, are we?
Yeah.
We're in the lead, even better.
Yeah, and really that was that Heat 2-5-1 is the thing that set everything up, because now they're under chase, so it's a really important ride, and again proving that the reserves are where it's won and lost.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when you start the meeting off strong, you know, we're all a bit happy, we're not all down and we're not chasing. It's a lot harder to chase during the meeting than it is to lead the meeting, you know, because you can win the first 2 heats and just get the rest 3 threes the rest of the meeting and you've won. So yeah, it's good. Hopefully we can keep on going. Yeah,
great stuff. Well done, James. Good job. Good start. You look delighted, and yeah, fist bumps and all sorts coming off for Ben 4.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've had a bit of a tough year in. You know, it's no secret. Yeah, but obviously made a good start and saw that James was in front of me, so I just slid in behind James and just kind of rode me on race. So yeah, pretty happy to obviously get a good 5-1 with James and obviously a paid win to start off the meeting.
Yeah, great stuff. What's it like for those of us that have never ridden a speedway bike? You're not racing the man in front of you. You're riding the bike very close to him. Is it difficult to try and keep that balance of not riding him too hard?
It's one of those where obviously, you know, everyone's still trying to learn the track. So you know, I'm following James and. No, I'm conscious of obviously not trying to pass him or put him under too much pressure, but also making sure that the guy behind me doesn't get past me. So, you know, just kind of settling in behind him and just kind of riding with your head and, you know, not doing anything stupid. So, you know, yeah, just keep your sensible head on and just, you know, get the points you need.
Yeah, and you've certainly done that. So when's your next ride? When's the next one?
Whenever Harry tells me.
Yeah, because it changes you around a lot, doesn't he? Do you find that difficult, the fact that you've changed a lot?
You know, it can definitely hinder me. You know, it's been meetings where... You know, I've just been watching the racing and then all of a sudden 2 minutes are on and I'm being told I'm in. So, you know, it's definitely not easy, you know, not knowing when your next ride is. But, you know, you just kind of got to be ready all times and, you know, be in reserve, you've got to anyway. But, yeah, definitely it's something you need to learn from. And, well, it's something that Gary's done for many years. So, yeah, he's known for it. So, you know, we kind of knew what we were expecting for this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see you out there at some point, Ben, but keep it up.
Yeah, lovely. Cheers, thank you.
Max Clegg for the Monarchs off gate 1 in yellow. It's Richie WORRALL for the Gladiators in red off gate 2. Erik RISS, winner first time out, in white for the Monarchs off gate 3. And in gate 4, Max Perry, the young man from the Leicester Cubs, in blue off gate 4. It's going to be a big arse for Max off that gate, isn't it?
Yeah, and also Max Clegg, still no one has gone to the inside of gate 1. Max has even chosen to go in the middle of 2 ruts.
Richie working really hard on his rut at the moment in gate 2. He's doing a lot of packing in there.
Richie's always does that, brings shale in from around it, gives himself a big lip to drop in off, just so when the bike drops in, drops the clutch, it drops in the bottom of the rut, have loads of the tyre in the bottom of the rut, and it fires him out.
So I think we're all ready now. So we're about to get underway for the start of heat number 5. Richie WORRALL just getting out ahead of Erik RISS, but RISS has got that outside line and has picked up enough drive down that back straight to just get his nose in front. But WORRALL, as with Josh Pickering a minute ago, he's going to really put the pressure on here.
Yeah, for sure. Erik made a good start there again off at 3. Just got across Richie just enough to not allow him to push him up wide. But as you can see, Richie's battling hard. But you got Max Clegg putting on a great ride, really getting stuck in. Put Richie WORRALL under pressure, but as it looks, it's going to be a 4-2 to the Edinburgh Monarchs.
Yeah, Max Clegg doing a great job in third there, sticking close to the back wheel of Richie WORRALL. So Richie doesn't look quite as fast as he did in his first outing, but just about hanging on to second place. So it's going to be Erik RISS winning in white, Richie WORRALL second in red, third Max Clegg in yellow, and it's Max Perry coming in at the back in blue in fourth place.
Yeah, I mean, you always wonder there, obviously Richie looked super fast in his first ride, so he might not have made any changes to the track, to his bike, and then they've just done a track grade, the track's changed, so he didn't find as much grip from where he was the first time round.
52.94 is the winning time, so interesting to see Richie WORRALL just having a chat with Mark Phillips, the promoter there. He's obviously got some concerns over what happened with that track grade, but Erik RISS said the winner there, 52.94 for the Monarchs. Second, Richie WORRALL in red. Third was Max Clegg for the Monarchs, and Max Perry at the back for the Gladiators. So another 4-2 for the Monarchs, and it's drawn this meeting all level pegging again. It's Plymouth 15, Edinburgh 15. And, well, it's, as you said earlier, this is going to go all the way to the wire, I think.
Yeah, it's going to. We've got two teams fighting for every little point. And you'll be interested to see now, you've got two riders that both won their last heats, with Kyle Howarth winning his RR ride and Josh Pickering winning Heat 4. So they'll both be coming off a high from that, but both be wanting to continue their winning form.
And in red, it is the Gladiators skipper Kyle Howarth, who bounced back with a heat win in his last ride. In gate 2 in white for the Monarchs is Josh Pickering. Carl Newman in blue for the Gladiators in gate 3, and Luke Killeen in gate 4 in yellow for the Monarchs. So the riders almost ready for the start of heat number 6, 15 points apiece after 5 races. And we're off. That's a good gate from Howarth. He's got ahead of Pickering. Pickering doing what he did to WORRALL though, with a lovely cut back underneath. Howarth had just about held it though. Came back really well, done that back straight, and he's got his nose in front going over the start-finish line.
Yeah, he has, but I can tell you now, Josh Pickering will let it hang out there really wide and really generate speed like you can see he's doing. Kyle's going to have eyes in the back of his head, but also Kyle Newman is putting big pressure on Josh Pickering. So, but at the moment, as it stands, the 4-2 to the Gladiators, just what they needed.
Certainly is. Howarth, it's a good battle with Pickering over those first 2 bends. Stretching out in front. Kyle Newman just sticking it around the inside there, trying to get as close to Pickering as he can, but Howarth is going to win this, and a 4-2 for the Gladiators. So Kyle Howarth home in red, second in white is Pickering, third in blue Carl Newman, and coming in last for the Monarchs is Luke Killeen.
Yeah, like I say, it was just what Plymouth needed after that, and Kyle Howarth is also going to speak to Mark, and I can only imagine it saying you're going to have to put some water down, because this is drying out really much, and it's really too much, and it's just going to be following the leader, and that's not what we want here.
So Kyle Howarth also having a chat with Mark Phillips about what he would like to see out on the track, but the winning time there was 51.97.
Gladiators on 19, the Monarchs on 17. Your winning time.
And Howarth taking the applause of the crowds in the home grandstand. So confirmation of that heat result. Kyle Howarth in red, the winner for Plymouth. Josh Pickering second for the Monarchs in white. Third was Carl Newman for the Gladiators, and fourth Luke Killeen. So it's a 4-2 to Plymouth, and this ding-dong battle continues. Plymouth back in front now, leading by 19 points to 17. Kye THOMSON, the Australian, off gate 1 in white for the Monarchs. Richie WORRALL in gate 2 for the Gladiators in red. It's Paco CASTAGNA, the Italian, in yellow off gate 3 for Edinburgh, and gate 4 Ben Trigger for Plymouth, riding in the blue helmet colour.
Keep an eye on the time here, because obviously the 2 minutes have been on a while, and he stalled the bike, so he can't be wasting too much time, because the referee don't take kindly to that.
That would be disastrous if he was excluded while he was getting his starting gate ready. So heat number 7. And WORRALL's made a great gate there, got out ahead of the Edinburgh pair. Paco CASTAGNA going round the outside, but WORRALL should just about hold it going into bend 3. And a lovely bit of gating there from the Plymouth Gladiators rider.
But Ben Trigger there missed the start, just got his wheels in line, coming off of bend 2, got around the outside of Kye THOMSON, Kye THOMSON, who's just replayed the favour up the inside of him. So as it stands, they're 3-all, but Richie seems to have made a change. But Paco CASTAGNA, like I say, the loving for this track. Look at him, he's really putting Richie WORRALL under some pressure. Inside, outside. Richie doesn't know which way to look.
No, he certainly does need eyes on the back of his head. CASTAGNA attacking round the outside. Now, maybe have one last burst around that outside, but I'm sure WORRALL has got it tied up as he crosses the finish line. His first race win of the evening for Richie WORRALL in red. CASTAGNA second in yellow, third was Kye THOMSON in white, and Ben Trigger, having briefly been in third place, comes home in last place in blue. But another good race there.
But Richie, like I say, Richie WORRALL will be chuffed to get off to get his first win under the belt, and he'll be hoping now with the three rides, or maybe 2 programme rides and Heat 15 left, to carry it on.
52.50, the winning time for Richie WORRALL in red for the Gladiators. Then came the Edinburgh duo, Paco CASTAGNA in yellow in second, and Kye THOMSON in white in third, and Ben Trigger in fourth place for Plymouth. So a 3-3, and it's keeps it nicely poised. Plymouth 22, Edinburgh 20. Bastian BORKE off gate 1 in yellow for the Edinburgh side. James Pearson, a reserve rider replacement for Ben Trigger, in blue off gate 2 for Plymouth. Max Clegg in gate 3 for the Monarchs in white, and in red off the outside is the guest, the Poole Pirates rider Kyle Newman in gate 4. Kyle's picked up 3 points from 2 rides so far, so it's,
James Pearson here will be looking to go back to winning ways as well.
Yeah, 6 races since he's been out after his Heat 2 win.
It's hard having that big a gap, it really is hard, so hopefully he's made a little change to his machinery and can make a start.
Here we go with Heat 8. Oh, and that's a very good gate there for Max Clegg. Oh, the red lights are on.
Red lights are on.
From our position, I couldn't see any movement there, but I'm sure the referee has spotted something.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean,
so here we go again. Bastian BORKE off yellow gate 1. James Pearson in blue for Plymouth gate 2. Max Clegg on a warning, so he'll have to stay still this time in white off gate 3.
He has to stay still for the whole meeting now. They carry with you, which is a big, you know, it's hard. You know, I had it in the British final, I had a warning in one ride, carried it all the way through the meeting, and like the final you want to gamble, but you're like, you can't do that because you're already on a warning.
Kyle Newman, the other rider, off gate 4 in red. So here we go again, take 2 in heat number 8. And that's another good one for Max Clegg. Kept still that time, and he's leading the 2 Gladiators riders out front. Kyle Newman slotting into second, James Pearson third, with Bastian BORKE at the back, but a good gate there from Clegg.
Yeah, very good start. The pressure he was under there from jumping the first time. It's currently a 3-all. Kyle Newman's trying to do everything he can to put as much pressure on Clegg, force him into a mistake, but at the moment it's a 3-3. But Bastian BORKE at the back is really getting dialed into this arena, and he's starting to make some ground on James Pearson.
Who was I to suggest that this could be a heat advantage for Plymouth? Max Clegg proving me totally wrong there and putting in an excellent display out front here for the Scottish side, and he's going to take a valuable heat win for the Monarchs here in white, ahead of Kyle Newman in red, James Pearson in blue, and Bastian BORKE in yellow.
Yeah, like I say, this meeting is really, really close. 25 points to 23 after 8 heats, and I don't see any team running away from it or gaining an advantage. So, you know, the boys are battling for every point they can. But like I say, Max Clegg making the start there in the ReRun was a great start, really, considering he was already under the warning.
So Clegg the winner in white in a time of 52.32. Kyle Newman and James Pearson following him home for the Gladiators in second and third, and Bastian BORKE coming in last place for the Monarchs. So another 3-3 heat draw, and it's still the Gladiators just with their noses in front, 25 points to 23, and we're going to have another track grade, and with the instructions or the requests of WORRALL and Howarth ringing in his ears, Mark Phillips gets out on that tractor and will try and put into place what they were requesting. Let's just watch the rerun here, and just watching Clegg. That's a really good gate, getting across the front of the 2 Gladiators boys. And well, he had it wrapped up pretty much from that moment on. Carl Newman doing his best, but it was a very impressive ride by the Monarchs number 2 there.
It's the brushing of the bike looks harder work than riding it.
It is tonight. No, to be honest, I'm enjoying myself. I feel very quick on the track. I'm just struggling off it's only the first meter of the start really, and now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling quick. I just made a couple of changes to the bike. Hopefully that will help. And yeah, again, you know, Richie and Kyle are very, very quick around Plymouth, so to feel quicker than them on the track, that makes me, you know, happy. You know, I'm gaining confidence on the shoulder back again. So, you know, it takes time to be back to 100% to how I was before the injury. So, you know, we're getting there.
Yeah, it's looking really good. And obviously, when you feel faster than the home riders, you've obviously got something right. But it's a circuit that you enjoy riding. I mean, you've been here before. I remember we've spoken to you before here, and you seem to always be upbeat. There are some visitors that come here that don't like being here.
You know, you always, when you go to an away track, you always have to beat it mentally. And I always come here and I was always beaten by the track until, I think it was a couple of years ago, I came here with Birmingham and I said, you know, I need to really do this. I'm a good gator, I can do it. And, you know, since then I always enjoyed it. So tonight the track is in beautiful condition, fair play to the guys. You know, I just want to go out and win a couple of hits now.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, and I'm sure it's coming. Looks like we're on for the next heat, so have a good night.
He's off the inside here for the Monarchs in white. As I said, we're still waiting for Max Perry to join us. She's off gate 2 in blue for Plymouth. It's Luke Killeen in yellow for the Monarchs of gate 3. And as I said, rider replacement James Pearson in red for the Gladiators off gate 4. James, as I said, got a win in his first outing and a paid second in his second. So he's having a good evening so far. So we're about to get underway in the second half of the meeting, really. We're at the first 8 heats. Plymouth leading by 2 points. Heat number 9 about to get underway here at the Coliseum. And while Josh Pickering's been left at the gate there, he's sneaking up the inside though. That's clever from Pickering, but James Pearson has managed to get out in front. And is leading Josh Pickering at the moment.
Yeah, James Pearson and Max Perry made a brilliant start. I don't know whether Josh Pickering thought the red lights were going to come on or something, but James Pearson has got in front, stole a march, and this would be a great result for the Gladiators if he can hold on. But you've got Pico now really winding it up around the outside, building his speed. But James Pearson is having a great ride out front. Hopefully he keeps one more lap.
Yeah, it felt like everyone stopped, didn't it? It was really bizarre. And then Pickering probably snuck up the inside, but I think he's left himself too much to do. He's just checking over his shoulder there just to see who was behind him, and that was Luke Killeen. But a fantastic race win here for James Pearson over Josh Pickering in red, Pickering in white, Killeen in yellow, and in blue, Max Perry. But Josh Pickering will be asking himself what happened at the start there.
I don't know whether he just really missed the start, had an engine, like a bit of a mechanical problem, or whether he just thought the red lights were going to come on.
It was strange, very strange.
But I would have took a 3-3 before that ride to keep that slim advantage to the Gladiators.
James Pearson, the winner in 52.50, cracking ride from the Australian there. Second, Josh Pickering for the Monarchs in white. Luke Killeen third in yellow for the Monarchs. Max Perry at the back in blue for the Gladiators. So yet another 3-3, and it's still all to play for. 28 points to 26, and the riders are out just to see the start again. Here we go, Ben, and to see what you think here with Josh Pickering, but he's left almost several bike lengths behind. Well, that's what it felt like watching it. Let's just see this. Yeah, you see,
nothing wrong with. I think it was.
It's weird.
Just didn't get off the start as good as he would like to have.
He seemed to let the clutch go with everyone else, didn't he? And it's Paco CASTAGNA, that man Gareth was chatting to a minute ago. He's off yellow for the Monarchs in gate 1. It's Carl Newman in blue for the Gladiators off gate 2. Kye THOMSON of the Monarchs in white off gate 3. And Kyle Howarth in red for the Gladiators of Gate 4. Howarth, after his third place in his opening ride, has backed it up with the 2 back-to-back wins. So I'm sure you'd like to get paid for 8 points in 3 rides.
I'll have a chat with Mark after.
It should be another interesting race, this one. It's lots of experience in these 4 riders coming to the tapes. And this is heat number 10. That's a good one from Howarth, and Carl Newman, who just about hangs on to it before he disappeared through the fence, and Castagna cut back underneath, but Howarth has got back in front of him, and it's Howarth who's leading this race. Castagna in second.
How on earth Carl Newman stayed on now, I don't know. He found himself just launched going into the corner. Kyle Howarth missed him and got out front, but the currently is a 3-all, but Kyle Newman is working hard at the back, but I think he's left himself too much to do with the Edinburgh boys really going well here. This middle pairing have been steady the whole time. I think they've had 3 threes in every heat, but Kyle Howarth out front looking great.
Dust is certainly flying. I think the track will certainly need some water at some point, but it's Kyle Howarth looking to make it 3 wins on the trot as he crosses the finish line for the Gladiators in red. Castagna in yellow in second place, third Kye THOMSON, and Carl Newman in blue in 4th place. But Kyle Howarth really banging in the points tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I just looked, I was right. That's 3 alls in every one of them heats for the number 3 and 4 for Edinburgh. Very steady, no last places, scoring points in every ride, which is massive for when you go away from home.
51.82 the winning time for Kyle Howarth in red for Plymouth. Then came the Edinburgh duo, Paco CASTAGNA in yellow in second, Kye THOMSON in white in third place. Carl Newman at the back after almost exiting the track through the first bend fence there. So yet another 3-3, the 6th one tonight in 10 heats, and it leaves it Plymouth 31, Edinburgh 29. It looked like it was all going to come to grief, didn't it?
Yeah, he's turned it inside out. Both feet are off there he goes, launches across the corner. Both feet are off the bike, and then he actually manages to get back around the outside of them. If you watch here, comes back around the outside, but is unlucky not to score a point.
Great bikemanship there, wasn't it? To keep that under control.
When he's going in there with no feet on the...
Full-blooded heat number 11. Richie WORRALL in red off the inside for Plymouth. Erik RISS, 2 wins out of 2 so far for the German in heat 2 off gate 2, in white. Gate 3, James Pearson in blue for Plymouth, and gate 4, Max Clegg for Edinburgh in yellow. We said Max Clegg has got 4, including that heat win in his last, and James Pearson paid 8 from 3 rides so far. So that's a change at reserve for the Gladiators a few weeks ago. Certainly paying dividends for Garry May and Mark Phillips. So here we go, heat number 11.
Big race this.
And that's a great gate from Erik RISS. WORRALL is going around the inside, and the battle for 3rd and 4th as well. Pearson just getting his nose in front there, though. Max Clegg trying to come underneath him, but it's Erik RISS just leading the way at the moment.
Yeah, exactly that. Erik made the start. Gate 1 really doesn't seem to be doing much. James Pearson just done a great job. He had to work really hard there to get around the outside of Max Clegg. As I said, there's not much material, but he's managed to do that. They've settled into a 3-3, but neither person, 2nd or 4th, have given up. So this race isn't over.
No, they're all very tightly packed, all 4 of them, as Erik RISS leads into the final lap. Richie WORRALL just drifting out a little bit wide there, but James Pearson, Clegg's going to go for one last attempt, but not enough grip out there to get him through. So it's another 3-3 with RISS in white winning, WORRALL in red 2nd, it's Pearson in blue 3rd, and Clegg in yellow 4th place. So Erik RISS, 3 wins out of 3 for the German so far tonight.
Yeah, and he really is looking good, making starts.
RISS, the winner there in white for the Monarchs in 52.81. WORRALL in 2nd in red for Plymouth, followed home by his teammate James Pearson in blue, and Max Clegg, despite his best efforts, coming in 4th for the Monarchs. So a 7th 3-3 heat draw of the evening, and it still remains that 2-point gap to Plymouth. Plymouth 34, Edinburgh 32.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very tight meeting like we thought it was going to be. Just be interesting to see if there's any changes in this ride, which I feel there might be.
Let's just watch the start of this one again.
if you watch gate 1, it really isn't moving anywhere. So whoever's off of that have got to make some changes and try something really different.
Yeah, we've seen Pickering and Richie WORRALL not make it off gate 1
Which is very unusual here. Gate 1 is normally very good. But it's just at the moment, everyone, they're making the first jump, the initial reaction's okay. Then after 2 metres, they're going nowhere.
Clegg's working really hard there, isn't he?
Like I say,
Pearson,
James Pearson has done really, really well there.
It's a great meeting so far, nice and tight, 2 points in it. So there's obviously a team talk going on down there. Things a bit more relaxed down your end.
Yeah, our boys know the job, they know what they need to do. We're looking for just that little bit more, and we believe we can find it, so we're looking for that in the next few heats.
And Erik, been absolutely fantastic for you so far.
Yeah, Erik's dynamite around here, and he's showing that tonight, just a master on the bike, so yeah, he's doing well.
He certainly is. So as we go into these next heats, do you think there's going to be a lot of tactical changes, anything for you to do, or are you going to just sort of let them crack on?
Yeah, I think just motivate the boys, make sure they know how close it is and how important it is, and we'll get there.
Yeah, well, great stuff. Well, good luck for the rest of the evening. Garry, we see you having a chat there, having a bit of a board meeting halfway through the meeting. Any insights for our people watching at home?
I can't give any secrets away, you know what I mean. But no, I thought with the team I put together, we're doing really well, and we just want that extra little push now to keep them 2 points ahead, and then I'll be happy with 46, 44. That'll do me, you know what I mean. But the boys are really good tonight. They're working together. And the guests have done me well. Max has still been on the pace. I know he hasn't made the gate or nothing, but he's three metres behind them. But he's not off the pace, and Carl's done his job, and the 2 big boys have got to start to do it now. So.
Yeah, it's going really well. But the reserves tonight, I mean, James is fantastic. James and Ben getting that 5-1. I mean, they've been a real difference maker.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. That the first one, especially with Ben, like he shot out. But we need to get him going again. He's out in 14, so I'll put him on an outside gate. So he's got to just keep the throttle open and go right round the first bend, and hopefully he joins his mate in the front. That's the plan. But we'll see what happens. All right.
Yeah, it never quite works out to plan, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks, Garry. Good luck with it. And yeah, that first turn looked a bit hairy just then. What on earth happened there?
Yeah, I tried a bit of a different setup, and basically it didn't work. And yeah, it just hooked up way too much, and yeah, it just didn't feel comfortable at all after that. So trying something else now. I felt okay tonight, just missing something. So and like I say, I'm just learning this engine a little bit, so trying to find the sweet spot on it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, is the track sort of different to how you've expected it to be, or is it just machinery's different?
Both. yeah. The track prep bit here isn't too sharp, to be fair. It's I think most times we've come down here there's been a bit of an issue, and I know a lot of the Plymouth boys have said it's always different. So yeah, it's a bit greasy and then dusty, and then yeah. So it's trying to, like I say, it's trying to find that comfortable sweet spot where it's you're happy with it.
We're happy, yeah. Well, okay, keep chasing it, and yeah, hopefully the rest of the evening goes all right. Cheers, Kyle.
Kyle Newman off gate 1 in red for the Gladiators. Luke Killeen for the Monarchs off gate 2 in yellow. It's that man James Pearson, a reserve replacement in blue for the Gladiators off gate 3, and Kye THOMSON, who's got paid 6 for the Monarchs. He's in white off gate 4.
Yeah, 3+3 he's had, so he's keeping his average low but scoring the points he needs to. So
as you said, though, they've been very good at filling the second and third places.
They haven't had a last place between them, so
yeah.
That's what Edinburgh need. The middle order is holding it together.
Here we go, 4 heats to go in this cracking match. Plymouth 2 points ahead as we head into heat number 12. And James Pearson has made a good gate, but it's Kye THOMSON who's just got his nose in front there. The Gladiators riders packing into second and third, but Kye THOMSON at the moment heading for his first heat win of the night.
Yeah, for sure. Made the best start there, got away. Like you say, it's a 3-3. And this is what Edinburgh really can hope for out of this ride, with the way the Plymouth boys have been going, and Luke struggled this evening. Kye THOMSON is out front. Like you say, he's had 3 third places before now, but looking really good out front.
Yeah, Kye THOMSON will be doing what his team manager Gordon Campbell wants from him here. It's Luke Killeen at the back, but it's THOMSON leading the way. First heat win of the night for him. So he crosses in first. Second is Carl Newman, the rider replacement in red in second. James Pearson, the reserve ride in third in blue. Luke Killeen at the back. And that's the 7th successive 3-3 I think we've had. Was it 6? 6 successive 3-3 we've had.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, this meeting has been so tight the whole way through, and it just looks like it's going to go right down to the wire.
Thompson in whites winning that race in 52.41. Second, Carl Newman in red for the Gladiators. Third, James Pearson for the Gladiators in blue, and Luke Killeen at the back for the Monarchs. So, as I said, 6 successive 3-3. Still that 2-point gap, 37-35 to Plymouth. Howarth and WORRALL, RISS and Pickering. This is one of these classic Heat 13s in Championship Speedway. As we, this could almost be a Championship Riders final, this one, with RISS off white in gate number 1 for the Monarchs. Carl Howarth in red off gate number 2 for Plymouth. Josh Pickering in yellow off gate number 3 for the Monarchs, and Richie WORRALL off the outside for the Gladiators. And as Ben said, can Erik RISS make it off that inside gate? So, huge heat number 13 here. Can the Gladiators duo just get the better of a very strong Monarchs pairing? Of course, Erik RISS, the one unbeaten rider in this lineup, 3 wins out of 3.
Richie WORRALL really isn't happy with where Eric's going.
Yeah, he's a long way out, isn't he?
I can't see from here where the line is, but he does. Yeah, he's way
close,
over the line.
Very close. Here we go, heat number 13. And WORRALL has made Carl Howarth has made a great gate there. Oh, and Josh Pickering has almost come to grief. He's looking back at the referee, but there's no red light coming on, and the Gladiators are on for a 5-1 at the moment.
Yeah, this could be a massive result for the Gladiators, just what they needed. Kyle Howarth made a great start off of gate 2, got over Richie WORRALL, sent it high and wide, and has got themselves on a 5-1. Just at the time when Plymouth needed it. They really are looking good out front, these pair. They must have been telling Mark, no water, we've got this, we know what we're doing.
Josh Pickering not happy at all. He's ridden his bike across the centre green, parked it by the start line and making signals up to the referee's box. I'm sure he'll be asking his manager to protest afterwards, but the Gladiators coming in for a massive 5-1 here. Howarth and WORRALL leading the way, Erik RISS in third, Pickering in fourth. He's now riding or pushing his bike back towards the pits, but I'd love to see that replay.
Oh, exactly, that was the words that were going to come out of my mouth. I would love to see what happened there. I mean, I didn't see too much wrong with the corner going in, but let's look at the replay, hopefully, and we can see what Josh Pickering was complaining about. Yes, it was tight, but you're at the Coliseum. This is tight, every corner's tight.
I'm sure there'll be protests, but it's Howarth the winner in 52.25, I think it was, the heat winner in red. Second, Richie WORRALL in blue. Erik RISS in third, and Josh Pickering said retiring at the back after that first bench incident. But massive 5-1, it's 42-36 to Plymouth.
Should we make a prediction? Erik RISS in yellow.
Yes, I think that's it.
I'm pretty sure it'll be in there with
Let's
Paco.
watch this back. This is going to be very fascinating. So Pickering is in yellow, coming off gate 3.
You might be contact there.
Pearson in blue for the Gladiators. White is Paco CASTAGNA in gate 2. Ben Trigger off gate 3 in red, and Bastian BORKE in yellow off gate 4.
So we're looking for a heat advantage to try and push our lead a little bit further.
CASTAGNA with 3 second places will be looking to win this one from gate number 2. And he makes a good gate there, Pearson on the inside. CASTAGNA coming around the outside, or slips back inside Pearson. Lovely move by the Italian there, coming back underneath the Australian, and Bastian BORKE, where's this come from? He's sneaked into second place.
Wow, I didn't really expect this. I really thought this had a 3-all writ all over it. But there we go, what do I know? Like you say, the Edinburgh Monarchs got out in front for a 5-1 to really put this meeting going to a Heat 15 decider. We knew it was going to be close, but look at Paco. Finally got some fresh air, looking great out front.
I'm just checking the number on BORKE's jacket because He's done nothing all night, and all of a sudden he's come out with this fantastic second place, and the Monarchs, wow, heading back here with a 5-1 to leave this match right back in the melting pot. Castagna and Borke crossing in white and yellow, Pearson in blue, Ben Trigger in red. 5-1 to the Monarchs.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, this meeting has gone right down to the wire, and if I'm honest, it's deserved to go right down to the wire, with both teams putting in a great performance. Obviously, from my Plymouth head, I don't like it, but well done to the Edinburgh Monarchs for Heat 14 to get them back into that match.
Astonishing from particularly Bastian BORKE. As I said, he picked up 1 point from 3 rides, 51.97, I think the winning time for Castagna. BORKE, what a crucial second place for Edinburgh there. James Pearson and Ben Trigger, 3rd and 4th for Plymouth. So the Monarchs hitting straight back with a 5-1. Again, it's back down to 2 points. A last heat decider here at the Coliseum. It's Plymouth 43, Edinburgh 41, and Josh Pickering in white off gate 1 for the Monarchs, Carl Howarth in red off gate 2 for Plymouth, Erik RISS in yellow for the Monarchs in gate 3, and Richie WORRALL in blue for Plymouth off gate 4.
Josh Pickering is the first man to look right down on the inside, where I've been saying about all night.
It was the last few, they've been edging right out to gate 2, haven't they? So.
And he's the first rider. If you look, he's right down on the inside of there, where I thought that would come good at the end, you know, and it'd be interesting to see whether he goes down or forward.
So, what a finale. And it might not be over yet if this finishes a 4-2 to the Monarchs. So I'm sure we'll have a golden heat. Here we go, heat number 15. And the Edinburgh boys have got out in front, Pickering and RISS. And it's up to Richie WORRALL, who's closest to him, to try and get his way through here. But tremendous bit of gating from the Scotsman there.
Yeah, there you go, gate 1. First time it was used right on the inside. And this really will be the, you know, an upset for Plymouth. It's all there the whole night. But the Edinburgh boys are out front on a 5-1. And the Plymouth boys can't do nothing about it. I mean, it's a shame. Erik RISS made the start for gate 3 with Josh Pickering off of 1, and that has been the heat 15.
As you said, he found a nice piece of dirt there, Pickering off the inside, and their top 2 just leading the way home here. 3 5-1s in the last 3 races, 1 for Plymouth, and then back-to-back for Edinburgh. Takes them to victory by 46 points to 44. A massive win for the Monarchs for their playoff hopes. Plymouth, well, they'll live in hope. They've still got 4 matches to go, but you've got to say congratulations to Edinburgh, and they'll travel back on that long journey happy men this evening.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's a very tough meeting, but it's just such a shame. Plymouth led the meeting, you know, pretty much the whole way. You know, I don't think there was a point in the meeting where they were ever behind until vitally heat 15 was the only time Plymouth were behind all night. But fair play to Edinburgh, they didn't give up. With that heat 13, they didn't give up, and then heat 14 they come out and get the 5-1. Well done.
Absolute heartbreaker for Garry May and his boys and the supporters here at the Coliseum. But Josh Pickering, is he going to get the bumps? I think he might do, or maybe not.
No, but like I say, well done to Edinburgh. They came, they didn't give up. And it was a great advert for Speedway. Speedway was the winner here as well as Edinburgh. It was a great meeting.
So I don't think there are going to be any bumps, but Josh Pickering certainly getting the plaudits there. And Erik RISS, what a guest he's proved to be for the Monarchs. Well,
yeah, and they're getting a good round of applause from the Plymouth fans as well, which is good to see. You know, they didn't give up, they kept fighting. And so same as Plymouth, but it's just a shame the only time we went behind was ultimately in heat 15.
Yeah, that's right. It's, well, that extends the gap between Plymouth and Edinburgh to 7 points now. As I said, Plymouth has still got 4 meetings, and there's bonus points on offer there as well. It's a tall order, but I'm sure until the old fat lady has sung that Garry May and his boys will keep battling.
Yep, that's it. But it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's Speedway, as we said.
So another tremendous meeting down here at the Coliseum. didn't finish the way that the home fans hoped. It's 46-44, but what an incredible meeting and what a turnaround from the Edinburgh Monarchs. Fantastic racing all evening. I'm sure that you've enjoyed it back at home. Big thank you to Nigel and to Ben Barker once again for joining us on the live stream. Of course, racing is back here on the 5th of September for the Berwick Bandits. It's going to be another fantastic meeting, I'm sure, here at the Coliseum. But from me, Gareth Bemister, and from the whole team here at Gladiators TV, hope you've enjoyed the stream, and we hope to see you very soon.